Well, we are back again, and today we have Anjan joining us for another session of coaching experience.
Thank you, Jedi, for keeping on inviting me. I really enjoy these conversations.
Yeah, I really love it. One of these days I would love to have like a podcast of coaching where we just have like a conversation, but it's a coaching conversation without people knowing it's a coaching conversation. Yeah, I mean, I think that's ideally what coaching to me really is. It's not telling someone, oh, we're going to get coached, but rather bringing the individual into that conversation and then we just diving in very naturally.
Agreed.
Beautiful. And so, Christmas is around the corner, and I know Anjan is getting ready to fly and travel again.
Yes, looking forward to it, but not very in the Christmas spirit as yet.
Well, let's help you, to get somewhere today. And what's on your mind today?
So, I've had a few minor setbacks,
Mhm.
uh, per- personal life, professional life, nothing major, actually, nothing that I should be really concerned about or nothing that's really impacting my life in a very major way, but I'm just getting very restless
Mhm.
with the smallest of setbacks. And I don't know why.
Well, thanks for sharing. Like I can kind of feel you, the sigh and the hesitation there, and knowing and having that conversations with you over this several months as well, and I can really feel that. And sometimes words just there isn't that word to kind of encapsulate all that feeling there. And so sometimes one of the best ways for us to kind of kind of go deeper in helping you, it's to use a very simple metaphor. And I think that's why I was thinking as we're getting into today's conversation, to use a little metaphor for us to kind of play with and to use that as a coaching tool for us to go deeper in our conversation. Yeah. And for you, why is yeah, how would you like to feel instead in terms of this feeling?
I'd just like to rationalize it. Sometimes sometimes negative things seem bigger
Mhm.
than they actually are.
Mhm.
And they stop you from experiencing or enjoying the good bits.
Mhm.
I think that's a cycle that I've gotten into. And that's a pattern that I want to break.
Okay. So being frustrated about the little things and that kind of upsetting you. Okay.
And stopping me from doing anything. Like there are a lot of good things that are happening, but that the joy of the good things is um, like I let it pass too soon.
Mm.
Um, Staying in an accomplishment,
Mm.
when you've reached a milestone, you feel really nice, but I've noticed as time's going by, the amount of time that I spend in that accomplished happy state is just, it takes the slightest trigger to move it out.
Mm. And how are you feeling about that when that happens for you?
I want, like, it's an emotion, right? If you're keyed up and your head is has 100 things going on, you're not even able to know that it's it needs to be stopped, or it needs to. It's just like things flying at you. Yeah,
Mm.
it
Yeah.
doesn't. It feels very overwhelming, and it
Mm.
kind of grips you and stops you from thinking about rationally about anything. Um, and that's happening quite often. Um, huh. And logically, I mean, when I calm down, when I talk to people about it, when I think about it, when I introspect, it more often than not gets resolved.
Mm.
But yeah, it's just that those triggers I've noticed have started a lot more often
Mm.
than it used to earlier.
Okay. And with this triggers that is coming in, that's more often. Do you notice anything else that could have contributed to this triggers?
So I think this whole new phase of life where I've moved countries and I've put a lot of undue pressure on myself in terms of like there's this burden of making it worthwhile.
Mm.
Um, and it's kind of skewed. It's just this need. It has to work. This has to work. That has to work. Like there's this constant pressure that is, I think, self-built.
Mm.
Maybe it's just that move has changed something in the dynamics of the way I look at what I'm doing for family or what I'm doing at work or what something's changed. I really can't put my finger on what, but
Mm.
something's changed.
Mm. Something has changed ever since you made this move over, and you saw the increased frequency of you getting um agitated by little things and not being able to savor those moments.
I think the expectation that I have from myself and from life has changed
Mm.
a lot after that move.
Mm. And what is it that you would like for your life?
I mean, of course, things are important, but I think the best thing about me was that I used to take things as they come, enjoy, savor
Mm.
the moment, the journey. Things will happen. A lot of things are not in our control. I was able to accept that a lot more earlier. I
Mm.
think that acceptance has gone down. But just just having it less planned or going with the flow a little more, or like I always have taken life as it comes. I need to go back into that frame of mind.
Mm. Yeah, yeah. As you were just sharing, I can feel that that little exasperation. That's like, I've came here. Like, there's a little accomplishment I've just come, and now it feels like I've just gone back a few steps back again, and this achievement I thought I've kind of achieved, it's just fleeting, and now I've trying to get back and trying to savor and trying to get that moment once more. And that's what it's coming to me as I'm hearing you share how you're feeling, because having had our conversations the last few times, I always knew that you're always looking forward to the move, and you were so joyful when that move happened, and in just 6 months, that has changed quite a lot. It could be things that are happening, right? And you mentioned a lot of the setbacks, and And I thought what perhaps one of the ways we can help you through this little storms or this little setbacks is perhaps maybe we could take a look at this little visual image first, right? And I always like to, sometimes when you're feeling certain feelings and or feeling a little overwhelmed, it's very hard to just describe in the words. And one of the great tools is just to use a visual element to kind of help us to leverage on a visual metaphor to kind of associate or kind of relate a little bit about how we're feeling. And so as we look at this image, these are different types of skies, the whole spectrum of skies. Um, and when you shared with me about how when you were looking forward to all the move and now it's feeling a little setback, where if you can point out like which one do you feel, which sky do you feel you're under?
The one, one, two, three, four, the fifth one. Yeah, that one.
This one,
No, the one next to that,
this one,
the other side.
this side, or this side here.
That one.
Okay. Okay, so is this one here?
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me more about why that's where you are now.
Actually, a very beautiful sky, right?
Yeah,
It's
yeah, it's a
it's
beautiful,
it's
like you can
yeah,
see the sun.
yeah. But this notice the sun feels like so much in a distance,
Ah,
and
it's
you
like
just see
emblazoned.
like a lot of heavy clouds.
Yeah.
So I know it's beautiful. I know there's that beautiful sun shining,
Mm,
but it's like all I can think of is, oh my god, the clouds are so close,
mm,
which is probably the wrong way of seeing it. But it just feels like, oh my god, big gray clouds. But I'm missing the bigger picture.
mm. And how is this clouds affecting you?
So if you look at the last 6 years of my life and the last 6 months of my life, I've probably tried to do more in the last 6 months than I have in the last 6 years. Because of which, the number of things that have gone wrong in the last 6 years have gone wrong in the last 6 months.
6 months.
Right? And so have the number of things that have gone right.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah.
but it just gets like, oh my god, why is so much wrong happening? It's not true. It's just I'm trying to do so much more.
Mm.
I am, yeah, but that's what I feel like right now.
And when you mentioned you're trying to do so much more, if the clouds are those setbacks that you mentioned, what are those achievements and those good things?
The good things, there are some amazing things.
Yeah. What are
My
they in this picture here? If the clouds were the setbacks you mentioned, then what would describe the good things that has happened for you?
the sun itself, the
The
beautiful
sun.
layers,
Uh,
the brightness, the the colorful picture, all right? Like it's not a normal sky. It's something to experience.
mhm. It's like a crimson side, like sky.
Like
And
probably colors you have never seen in the sky.
yeah, yeah, I like what you mentioned, like colors you never seen. And the only way you can get to see those colors, that beautiful sky you mentioned, is for the sun to get at that point where it casts a beautiful ray of spectrums of colors. And the only way you can get that is when you have the clouds. Because without the clouds reflecting the rays of light, you won't get to enjoy that sun. So what if the very setbacks and the very achievements of the sun, they are both needed for you to savor the entire sky. Because whether the sky is the bright sky, the cloudy sky, the rainy sky, it is always the same sky. With every evening comes the morning, but with every morning there comes the afternoon and there comes the evening. But with each evening, what is happening is that this beautiful sky will bring forth a new rising. And then it kind of remind me of like how even though all this seems to be the setback in terms of in the clouds, but with every new sky in the morning, you will see the clouds this slowly disappear, making giving way for your greatest comebacks.
Very well said.
So if the sunlight and the sun are all the little achievements, and it's continuing to shine, whether the sky becomes dark, the moon reminds us of the achievements as well. So when I look at the moon, I say, hey, that's like the reflection of the achievements, but it's on the other side. And the other side of the world where your family are and they're happy for you, they're celebrating with you. And when you look at the same sky, they are also looking at the same night sky. And then they know that the very next morning, that's where joy is coming again.
Absolutely.
So what are you realizing here?
It's a part of the journey, right? You can't, there's no fun in having only a clear sky.
Mm.
And I think the phrase "this too shall pass," um, and it'll be clear, and it'll be cloudy again, and it'll be clear, and it's just an acceptance in a way that you need that cycle to enjoy what's out there. So yeah, I'm feeling a little calmer.
And what image is coming to mind now?
Actually, you spoke about the moon, right?
Yeah.
Last week, my parents had come over to London, and it was my father's first trip outside India to anywhere. It's the first international trip. It's a big milestone, right?
Yeah.
And they were beaming with pride. So instead of focusing on the clouds, I should just change the lens and look at the moon again. Because that's also happening at the same time as the clouds are forming.
Yeah. And when you see the moon, you will know that he's seeing the sun. As you're enjoying the moon, he's enjoying the sun because he knows that wow, um, it's what a beautiful journey.
Yeah, true.
What are you learning about yourself here?
Now I'm getting a little greedy.
Because you want in your sky to have all the skies at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You win some, you lose some, and it's always been like that. It's just that I'm taking the losses a little more seriously than the wins.
Has the sun ever reduced its shine?
Not for me, not in the 6 months.
Yeah. If the sun has never reduced its shine, then darkness can never be greater than the light. Which means that all the clouds that seem to be the setbacks will eventually melt away under basking in that beautiful rays of sun.
Yes.
Take a moment just to savor this moment.
It's like, when you try and you fail and you get upset,
Mm.
but you tried, right? Like, and that itself, the fact that you're trying to do so many things itself is an opportunity. So you
Yeah,
need to tell yourself that every now and then.
yeah, and the fact that you tried and that effort also produced many, many, many great fruits and success for you as well.
Yeah. Going back with that realization.
Mm. And as you look at those clouds of setbacks, what do you see now?
A clearer sky behind those. Um, some bear rain, some don't.
Mm.
Um, but you keep chasing it and you keep at it.
Mm.
That's the only way.
Yeah, and I believe that's so true as well. That even though there are clouds above, but the sky above the clouds, they are cloudless. Yeah. So when you see your sky covering with clouds, you can always know that the cloud sky is not covered by any clouds.
Mm.
Yeah. How are you feeling now?
And a lot more relaxed.
Mm. And what could you do to keep yourself feeling this relaxed and savoring this moment when you start seeing those clouds again?
Just to keep on remembering number of things we're trying.
mm,
Like, since we're trying so many more things, the probability of things going wrong obviously
mm,
will increase. And that's just a part of the bargain. Just looking at it as also the fact that we are failing in things, in more things, is because we're trying more things. Uh, so, yeah. I mean, till 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 now in my life, I don't think I have planned as many trips over years like I have in 6 months. I
yeah.
haven't done in my career. I haven't done talking to as many nationalities in my lifetime like I have done in 6 months.
Mm,
So I'm doing a lot more. And obviously, if you do a lot more, the number of things that will go right will be a lot more, and the number of things that go wrong will be a lot more. So it's just not thinking of it as more things going wrong, but doing so much more with life that obviously outcomes will be positive and negative both.
mm, yeah. Well, even those negative things or those seemingly negative things paint that beautiful sky. Yeah. Just like what you mentioned earlier, like even though the sky has the clouds, but it's a beautiful sky. It's what makes
That
that
is true.
sky beautiful, right? And I truly believe that when you when you have that picture of all the great things, all the negative things, what if it's not about great things or negative things? What if it's just the sky, savoring that sky as it comes, the beauty of it, the as the sun sets, the rays of light hitting those beautiful meandering clouds, creating that rays of light. And I was just realizing there's nothing wrong with the clouds. There's nothing wrong with the light, but they form a beautiful canvas in the night sky for me. And the very same sky that I see, it's reflected in the eyes of the moon to my family on the other side. And when it's sunshine on the other side, I get to see the moon on the other side. And we're under the same sky. Is there any thoughts that's coming for you?
No, just at peace.
Yeah, I can feel how much more calm
Until the next storm.
until the next storm. Well, with every calm, there will be a storm, there will be waves, there will be clouds and rains, but those are there to allow us to learn. Like, hey, there's so much beauty, right? And one of the things I always know that whenever we see the beautiful sun, if every day was that sun, we have no idea that was a beautiful sun. But with those darkness, with those storms, with that light that shines in, we can see how even in the darkest times, those the light emerge. And so even those storms are there to allow us to savor the beauty of the other parts of the sky.
Great.
Good, good. So how are you feeling now?
All good. All
Okay,
good. Thank you.
thank you. Yeah. So, well, what we did today is really just taking the moment just to use a little visual metaphor to allow us to express some of the complexities inside. And sometimes it's just for us to just be here, enjoy and savor that moment. And if I was there with you right now in London, I would have gone out with you like on, just let's get out of the office. Let's take a look at the sky, look at the beautiful sky that's out there, right? And savor that moment. And yeah, and in the very sky that you see out there, um, where your family is in India, they may see the night sky, but they're seeing the same sky under one roof.
Yeah.
Okay. So thank you, Anjan, once again for opening up yourself, for us to have such a deep dive moment, to explore in not a conventional way of coaching conversations, but in a way that's just being here in this moment.
No, thank you. Thank you for helping me with this.
Okay, so thank you, and I'll catch you very soon.